Welcome to 334 Podcast, where I review AEW Dark and Dynamite weekly. Now let's start with AEW Dark. AEW Dark featured Abandon going after Hikaru Shida, Scorpio Sky throwing Sean Spears through a wall. Let's look at the lineup for AEW Dark. First of all, we got Son Thera Chun versus Ricky Starks, Baron Black versus Brandon Cutler, Hikaru Shida versus Colin King, Sean Dean, Fuego del Sol versus Jurassic Express, Skylar Moore versus Leva Bates, Brian Cage versus VSK, The Acclaim versus Louis Vale and Mike Magnum, Anna Jay versus Jenny Jordan, Stu Grayson and Evil Uno versus Bear Country, Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela versus Ryzen and Sean Maluda, the Samoan Kid, Ty Conti versus Free Estates, Danny Limelight versus Matt Sydal, Casey Lennox versus Evilise, Chaos Project versus Best Friends. Let's start with Starks versus Chun. Powerhouse Hobbs was ringside. Starks was a bit of trouble after a surprise stunner with Chun forced Starks into the ropes. Hobbs grabbed Starks' hands to prevent Chun's plans. Starks broke free and then ran the ropes for a spear to win. Brandon Cutler defeated Baron Black. Cutler took some tough hits and came back with a reverse DDT, a springboard elbow drop for a 7 executive victory. Hikaru Shida defeated Kylan King. The bout opened with King getting the advantage in chain wrestling. Shida took control with body slam and knee strike. King did a weird, awkward dance to get back in the groove, but Shida blasted her but instant King ducked under a running knee strike. Shida kept her cool, flip out of a slam, then hit a running knee strike, Falcon Arrow finisher for the champ. Afterward, Abandon ambushed Shida. The Ghoul rocked Shida with a gory neckbreaker, then stood over holding the title belt. Jurassic Express defeated Sean Dean and Fuego del Sol. Miracle Stunt was ringside. Dean produced possibly his most exciting sequence of his old time on Dark. He slingshotted to the outside on Jungle Boy. Dean stepped off the ring post for a moonsault. He followed with a slingshot elbow drop back in the ring. Jurassic Express prevailed in the end with a brutal head kick from Luchasaurus, then a teamwork powerbomb. Leva Bates defeated Skylar Moore. Bates was in control till Moore caught her in the air. After taking a body slam, Bates pulled a sneaky roller for the 1-2-3. Brian Cage versus VSK. Cage was on his heels after 2 suicide dives. He turned around by catching VSK to toss him into the ring post. A deadlift suplex back into the ring and a drill claw closed the match. The Acclaim defeated Lee Vale and Mike Magnum. Max Caster busted a disc verse about one opponent's porn addiction. The Acclaim handled business with a combo finisher of a suplex and a flying elbow drop. Anna Jay defeated Danny Jordan. Jordan is a mean girl, but Jay just plain mean. She caught Jordan with a standing heel kick, then a rear naked choke on the mat. We go to Stu Grayson, Uno versus Bear Country. Stu was feisty to start by getting into a bigger bear's face. It didn't work so well. Later, when the burly bear picked up both Dark Order members for a double slam, Banner Country almost scored the upset on a double team, running Cannibal of a Beef into a corner. In the end, Grayson had enough and hosted a bigger bear on his shoulder for a crushing backbreaker. Fatality finished the win. Shunny Kiss and Janela versus Ryzen and Maluda. Janela ran wild to clean house. He obliterated his foe with a brainbuster and Kiss flew in with a split leg drop for the pin. Tay Conti defeated Free Estates. Conti chopped the giant down without 20 strikes of various methods. Conti went for an armbar with the ropes. The States picks her up with one arm to carry the load to the center of the ring. Conti dropped the load to force States to the mat for some kind of octopus choke. It was a very cool finish. Matt Sydal defeated Danny Limelight. Sydal was too much to handle with a unique offense arsenal. Limelight did sneak in a rear naked choke, but Sydal escaped to deliver a huge jumping knee. A swinging cradle slam ending Limelight's evening. Evilise defeated Casey Lennox. MLW aficionados may remember Lennox and the interviewer. She had the momentum on a spike DDT. Evilise quickly flipped the script for a reverse DDT. Lennox picked up Evilise up in a fireman's carry position, but Evilise transitioned into an octopus shoulders lock. The pain drove Lennox mount to a mat to submit. Best Friends defeated Chaos Project. Orange Cassidy was ringside. Trent was in deep water after with the guardrail on a spear attempt. Luther Serpentico tenderize baby boy. Chaos Project went for a teamwork finisher, but Chuck Taylor shoved Pacheco off the top turnbuckle. Trent used the confusion to trap Luther in that roll up for the win. Afterward, Miro stormed out. He was held back by referees. No extra Fisher Cups took place. Well, the best moment of the show came thanks to Scorpio Sky. Dr. Britt Baker, GMG, hosted another edition of the waiting room. Roasted Cody Rhodes, neck tattoo, Shawn Spears, and Blanchard were guests. Dr. Baker demanded to know how Spears could be eliminated by Scorpio Sky in a recent battle royale. A knock on with the hair of the door. Marco Stunt was ready to music guest, but Spears slammed the door in Stunt's face. Another knock on the door. This time with Scorpio Sky. He bum rushed Spears, threw him through a wall. Then that attack was hilarious. I love when wrestling sets get destroyed. The wall was so flimsy and it was cartoonish. This continues Sky character drama to prove he will get dirty. Spears respond. This should be interesting. As a reminder, Spears and Blanchard tortured Joey Janela in the past with a pair of pliers. Healthy violence escalates to the level of lunacy in a future backstage that mix between Sky and Spears. My takeaway from this episode is that Brian Cage giving up too much offense on Dark. He should demolish these chumps. Understand and wait to have a good match, but it hurt his status as a machine to be stopped by his enhancement talent. Now let's go for quick thoughts. Super and Tune's theme song is jamming. Bear County made a memorable impression. Their teamwork Cannibal was dope. Solid wins where Tay, Ann, and Conti had a type of outings where you can see their steady progress. Commentary was on fire all night with their jokes. Well, share your thoughts on Dark. Who stood out the most? Well, we'll be back with a Dynamite review, so stay tuned. And here's something for my commercial. Hello, we're back. This is Tree P4, and now we're going to review AEW Dynamite. So let's waste no time. Let's start with Hangman Page, Dark Order versus Hardy and Private Party. Hangman Page and Dark Order come to the ring and open the Dynamite. Matt Hardy and Private Party come out. They have a match. Here's what you need to know. Dark Order try to work hard as a team with Page. Hardy heals it up. He seals a pin by tagging himself in at the Private Party hit Gin and Juice on Alex Reynolds. Matt Hardy Private Party wins. Private Party look a little hesitant at first, but when it's a win, they celebrate hard. The long-term question is, where do they go along with him on the heel turn? Jen Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur talk about tonight's card. MJF is holding New York Times Best Performance of 2020 award. He said he couldn't have done it without Jericho at the Inner Circle. He showers Jericho with penetration praise. Then takes a commercial break. We go on to the match. Rhodes versus Angelico. Cody Rhodes and Brandon Rhodes announced that they're pregnant via a video package. Man, the Nightmare fans really coming bloated with members. Cody comes to the ring with Brandy Arnett. TH2 comes out. Cody and Angelico had a match. A live match takes place during a picture-in-picture. Highlight which is Arnett shoving the crap out of Jack Evans, sending him tumbling backward. Cody wins his one of Springboard Cutter. Winner Cody Rhodes. Taz comes out while Cody celebrates with his newly expanded team. Brian Cage, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, and Taz's son Hook. They talk some trash while Darby Allin watches from the stands. Taz says they're coming to the ring to beat up Cody. Lights goes out. It's Sting with the bat. Team Taz retreats. Sting and Darby Allin stares at each other from across the arena. Dynamite takes a commercial break. After the break, Alex Marvez talks to Miro. He said AEW fined Miro $75,000 for attacking officials last week. Miro says that next week on Dynamite he's going to announce the date of Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford's weddings. Now we go to the Eddie Kingston promo. Eddie Kingston comes to the ring. He trashes the crowd in the building and the fans at home, and he addresses his enemies. The first enemy, God. Wow. Second enemy, Pac. Kingston says Pac went home and he's not coming back. His career is over. Third enemy, Lance Archer. Archer doesn't wait. He runs out, kicks the shot out of Eddie, but the Butcher, the Blade, and the Buddy run out to save Kingston. They beat Archer down with some difficulty. Then Lucha Bros show up. They face off. Pac comes running out of nowhere. Then the punches start flying. Lance Archer and Pac get in a confrontation, which them get the final kick in on Eddie Kingston. The heels retreat. Dasha talks to Dustin Rhodes and asks if he considers Dark Order's offer. He says 7 was a bad idea years ago, and it's still a bad idea. He cut a promo on Evil Uno, how he's going through the Dark Order one-on-one. He promos are old school. I love late career Dustin Rhodes. We got Best Friends, Varsity Blondes, and Top Flight versus Inner Circle. Best Friends come to the ring. Orange Cassidy goes to the commentary booth. He puts on a pair of headphones that aren't plugged in. Just sit there. The Dynamite takes a commercial break, and the rest of the team is out. Varsity Blondes, Top Flight, Inner Circle comes out. No Wardlow, who was announced earlier today, he won't be at the show due to family matter, which is also why Brandon Cutler was removed from this match on the Babyface team. Brian Pillman Jr. gets a big showcase early in the match, and Jr. Yar and Tony are more than happy to put him over. After a 12-man brawl where faces clear the ring, they do a 6-man Best Friends hug. Then match ends with Hager hit a F10 on Griff Garris after Jericho hits him in the back with a baseball bat. NJ call Hager to tag him in and gets the pin. With our Inner Circle, Top Flight clears the ring of misbehaved heels after the match. And we'll continue with Dynamite in a minute. Alright. We'll get to Dynamite in a minute. Alright. Okay, right here. Let's talk. Or we're back. I'm just something in my head in a moment. But right now, let's talk. Alex Marvez talked to Thunder Rose. Rosa cut a promo on Britt Baker. It says she has a big nose. Rebel interrupts the interview to shout out Rosa. Allowed Big Baker to attack behind. They pour water over Rosa's face. Rubber face paint off. Britt says that Rosa has an ugly face. Match Daniels and Kazarian versus The Acclaim. SCU comes to the ring. Dynamite takes a commercial break. The Acclaim comes out kind of rap mucking Kazarian Daniels, which is pretty funny. He accuses Daniels of having hair plugs. Kazarian grabs the mic, cuts his own rap in response. Kazarian had a lot of jokes, but sadly no rhythm. They had a match. The Acclaim got the ring win when one of the hits tips Daniels in the face with his boombox on, the other to roll him up for the pin. The Acclaim had won 8 matches in a row, 7 of them on Dark, so I guess I better learn their names next week. One of them cuts another rap on Young Bucks. He accused them of having their periods and being cucks. He teases dropping the F word, but stops short. The other one challenges the Bucks to a title match for next week, which I point would definitely know what their names are, I promise. That's to talk to Top Flight. They charged Jericho and MJF to a match on Dynamite next week. Why did Top Flight have a tiger on their shirts? Why did they have to do with flying? Evil Lee, Dynamite versus Big Swole and Deeb. Evil Lee, Dynamite come to the ring. Swole, Deeb comes out. I guess the second to last segment already. They have a match. Big Swole makes Dynamite tap out with her new finisher, the Clearwater Cloverleaf. Winner, Swole and Deeb. Nia Rose, Vicky Guerrero run out to jump Swole and Deeb. Red Velvet runs out to make the slave. Best Friends cut a promo on Myro. Myro satisfied Orange Cassidy's win, so next week they're going to ruin Kid's and Penelope's winning announcements. So we see a video package. Jurassic Express. FTR is at the commentary booth. Bad about that video package. It should be FTR should be a showcase, not a joke team night. Jurassic Express. They're upset about it. Commentary goes to the card for next week at Dynamite. Holiday Bash, Young Bucks versus The Acclaim, Jericho and MJF versus Top Flight, Hikaru Shida in action, Io Uno versus Dustin Rhodes, Jurassic Express versus Cole Cabana, 5 and 10, Pac versus Butcher. Reminder, Dynamite will start 2 hours later next week, wherever the NBA game ends. We get to the main event. Janela versus Kenny Omega, World Championship opportunity, a hardcore match. Janela comes to the ring with Kiss. Dynamite takes a commercial break. Kenny Omega comes out with Don Callis. Joey and Janela assaults Omega with a garbage to start the match, which is no DQ, obviously. Callis getting on Tony Schiavone's face and demands Schiavone give us a head seat so Callis can call the match. Tony refuses and Callis walks down to the ringside. Callis starts calling the match with a mic in the ringside. Then he gives Mike the case, so Kenny can do color commentary with kicking Janela's ass. He hits a moonsault with a garbage can in his arms on Janela. He also hits a springboard double stomp on top of the can on top of Janela. Just looks like it might be a tall squash. Janela reverses a one-wing angel and finally gets some offense in. He hit a leg drop off the ropes on Omega through a table on the floor, but Omega fights back, hit 2 V-triggers and a one-wing angel, and gets a pin. Winner, Kenny Omega. Callis gets in the ring to the belt to celebrate. Callis said all the hair has been silenced. There are no more unanswered questions for the world champion. The Death Triangle around Pac said he and Kenny have unfinished business, but they're not here tonight for selfish reasons. They're here for justice. They say that Ray Phoenix never lost in a tournament where Kenny won his shot at title since he was replaced by his brother during injury. So Kenny's reign is illegitimate. This have much as legit merit as Trump's alleged fraud cases. However, Pac says he talked to Tony Khan. Kenny will defend the AEW Championship against Ray Phoenix on December 30th at New Year's Smash. Dynamite goes off the air. Okay. Well, that's Dynamite for you. It was a good show. It wasn't that good like last week, but it was still a good show. So, thank you for my review for AEW Dynamite and Dark Reviews. I'll see you next week as usual, and goodbye.